Folks, let me tell you which group of people is feeling the most financial pain right now. Then I'll get into the latest home prices and insights for the Peel and Durham region for week ending February 19th, 2025. No question, lots of people out there experiencing a lot of financial hardship. The way home prices have turned, the way interest rates have gone up, although we've seen them come down now a bit. Regardless, many people will be renewing at a higher interest rate. Many people have seen the equity in their home dry up. There's all sorts of different scenarios and situations out there. From my perspective, from what we're seeing dealing with sellers and buyers and homeowners out there, there are a group of people that are kind of innocent in all this. They're caught up in the market conditions that we're in. They have followed the rules, and through one thing or another, excuse me, could be just bad financial planning. They've made some mistakes, but they followed the rules. And yes, there's a group of people feeling the pressure right now that are kind of caught in a crossfire. But the one group that's feeling the most pain today, from my perspective, are the ones that got extra creative in qualifying for their mortgage. They got extra creative in qualifying for their financing. And under normal traditional means, they would not have qualified for the financing. Those are the ones today getting hit the hardest. They could have bought a home this big. Instead, they bought a home this big. And they got creative in qualifying to buy it. Today, they're feeling it more than anybody. There's the other type of homeowner that purchased multiple properties. Under traditional means and rules, they probably wouldn't have qualified. But somehow, some way, they got very creative and they qualified for multiple properties. It's that group of people that were so smart before. They thought they were smarter than everybody else, that today are getting hit the hardest. So there's a lot of negative talk about real estate out there. A lot of that is coming from people that never should have been in the market in the first place. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you get value from what we're talking about, lots of you are watching, but still have not subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe. And if you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Now, let's get into the numbers. Folks, every week, our Tuesday show is about detached properties for the City of Toronto only. On Wednesday, our show is about condos, and we break down the condo apartment numbers for the City of Toronto, York region, and Peel region. Yesterday, Thursday, that show is all about detached properties, specifically for Vaughan, Richmond Hill, and Markham. And today, this show that you're about to watch, we focus on detached properties for Mississauga, Brampton, and for Durham. Specifically for Durham, we look at Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby as one region. At the end of this show, however, check out two townhouses we have that we're promoting on the screen behind me here. Okay, let's get started. Here's a quick summary of Mississauga, Brampton, Durham. Again, this is just for detached properties. It's a 3-month summary. Mississauga, if we kind of go back to the beginning of the year, overall looks like average prices trending upwards. Also, you could say the same for Brampton and Durham. This specific week, though, let's look a little bit closer. So we're going to start off with Mississauga for week ending February 19th. Sales dropped. 17 detached properties were sold. 2 of them sold at $2 million or more. 17 is far fewer sales than we've experienced most of this year so far on a weekly basis. Average sold price also came down to $1,481,000. 1,481 is 3% higher than the same week a year ago. The median price of 1,360 is 4% lower than the same week a year ago. Now the dotted line, that's a 4-week moving average. If we look at average prices, kind of looks like average prices have been trending upwards. If we look at median prices over the same period, kind of looks like median prices have remained flat. 17 were sold, 35%, a little bit more than a third, sold at list price or more. Listings, far more listings of detached properties this year over the whole, January 8th till now. Active listings, it is increasing, but if we take the first full week of the new year, week ending January 8th to now, each week there's a few extra properties available for sale. So inventory's climbing, but not by much. Over this period, it's only overall increased by 100 more units available for sale. Months of inventory, because sales were so low, jumped up to 6.6 months of inventory. Here's Brampton. Sales at the beginning of the year were trending up, but for a few weeks now, they're coming down. 25 detached properties were sold. 2 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price, though, kind of looks like it's climbing. We're at $1,212,000. 1,212 is 4% lower than the same time a year ago. The median price of $1,115,000 is 3% lower year over year. 25 were sold. 20% of those sold at list price or more. Listings, far more listings this year versus a year ago. Active listings is climbing. It's climbing more than what we're seeing in Mississauga. Mississauga, from January 8th till now, overall increased by 100. Brampton, that number's 213 from where we were week ending January 8th till now. So there's more listings and more properties sitting unsold in Brampton versus Mississauga. Months of inventory, sitting at 6.8 months of inventory. Here's Durham. Now for Durham, I'm looping together, focusing on Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby, and looking at detached properties. For week ending February 19th, 35 detached properties were sold. No properties sold at $2 million or more. Average sold price came way down from the previous week. It's now at $1,129,000. But the previous week was a bit of abnormal. It was an off week. We see that it's not too many weeks for that. 1 week we're way up there at over 1.2. 1,129 kind of falls in line to where we've been for several weeks now this year when it comes to average prices across Durham. Compared to last year, 1,129 is 9% lower. The median price of $1.1 million is 6% lower. 35 were sold, 63% sold at list price or more. So Durham region is one of our more competitive areas when it comes to buying and selling. That percentage selling at list price or more is increasing. Listings are increasing. They're trending upwards. Similar to Mississauga, though, it's only up by about 100. In this case, 99 from January 8th till now. So it's not like there's an abundance and, just you can see more and more and more properties sitting unsold. It has increased, not by that much over this time period. Months of inventory, pretty steady now over the previous few weeks. We're now at 2.3 months of inventory. Here's a quick summary. In most cases, you're going to experience either a balanced market or a buyer's market. Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby for detached properties. In the lower price point, it can be pretty competitive. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Now check out these 2 townhouses.